Have you ever wanted to own your own Star Destroyer? No strings attached, not as part of someone else's navy, just your own privately owned Star Destroyer with its own crew? Maybe even one you could give a sweet red paint job? Well, in Star Wars Legends, famous smuggler Booster Tarek did just that and set it up as a mobile underworld boutique. The Imperial II class Star Destroyer Errant Venture began its life like most Star Destroyers in the Imperial Navy, under the command of a fervent ideological proponent of the Empire, Captain Joach Dryso. Also, like most Star Destroyers which get the focus in any of the novels, the Virulence was present under Dryso's command at the Battle of Endor. Upon the destruction of the Executor, Dryso had fled and eventually joined the forces of Intelligence Director Isan Isard. When Dryso joined with Isard, he was made captain of her flagship, the Executor-class Lusankya, making room for a woman named Laqui Varsha to move into the vacant captain's position on the Virulence. Together with the Lusankya, Virulence took part in a raid against Tarek's smuggling base prior to the Errant Venture, an Empress-class space station in the Yagdol system. Through some modifications and mostly subterfuge, the Empress station was able to lock onto the Lusankya with tractor beams, holding it in place and convincing Dryso that the station had also trained enough missiles on the now stationary command ship to destroy or at least significantly damage it. These missiles, though, did not exist. Varsha saved the already perfectly safe Lusankya by moving the Virulence between the Empress and the Lusankya, breaking the lock on it and allowing Dryso to flee back to Isard's base on Thyfera. With the arrival of a small amount of New Republic starfighters under the command of ace pilot Pash Kraken, Tarek was able to convince the trapped Varsha that her Star Destroyer had no way out, despite a complete lack of actual missiles and no real reinforcements coming, causing Varsha to surrender the Star Destroyer into Tarek's custody. Tarek took the Virulence, loading it with his own crew along with Kraken's A-Wings, back to Thyfera to assist in an assault already being launched with actual missiles strapped to freighters against the Lusankya upon its return. The arrival of Tarek and the Virulence helped secure the New Republic's victory, and despite attempts by Aaron Kraken of the New Republic Intelligence and father of past Kraken to convince Booster to give up his new prize, ultimately a deal was brokered between the two parties, allowing Booster to keep the ship in exchange for the New Republic buying up excess weapons from it, reducing it to the maximum amount allowed on other private vessels, for the cool price of 18 million credits. Over the years, Tarek's mobile base began to show signs of its age and wear. Despite always being an impressive home for a smuggler's operation, paying for and finding places capable of doing its upkeep was next to impossible. Aside from removed weaponry and years of cannibalizing parts of the ship to fix other more important parts, it had also been plastered with more ads than an auto-filled YouTube video podcast. The newly christened Errant Venture did help the New Republic in many future operations, however. Most notably, it was co-opted by General Garm Bel Iblis to stage a raid on the Imperial Bictorit base on Yaga Minor, the last remaining major Imperial shipyard, hoping to extract a copy of a document whose contents could save the Republic from an impending civil war. The New Republic had other of its own Star Destroyers, but they were deemed too easily recognizable. In preparation for the raid, the ship was fully returned to military spec and given fake battle damage to make it seem as though the ship had come under attack on its way to the Imperial base. While this raid was unsuccessful in its intended purpose, the resulting Battle of Yaga Minor revealed treachery within the Empire against the peace efforts of Gilad Pellaeon, leading to cooperation between Bel Iblis and Pellaeon during the battle, and ultimately securing peace between the New Republic and Empire. In payment for his help in this raid, Bel Iblis allowed Tarek to keep the fully functional and upgraded Star Destroyer, along with the added benefit of painting the whole thing red. After this, Tarek continued to use it as a more functional mobile smuggler's base. It seemed as though it had been reduced back to civilian levels of armament within a few years, but during the Yuuzhan Vong War, Booster revealed yet another upgrade he'd made, a small super laser capable of destroying an entire Yuuzhan Vong capital ship in a single shot. Throughout the Vong War and beyond, Booster and the Venture contributed significantly to the war effort, both in combat capacity and serving as a mobile Jedi Praxeum for Luke Skywalker, helping to hide the youngest trainees as they were hunted by both the invading Yuuzhan Vong and those who wished to turn them over. That's all for today. This Thursday, Ek and I will be covering the book The Yaga Minor Raid and Refit Akura in Vision of the Future on TapCaf Transmissions live here on the channel, so if you want to hear more about Red Star Destroyers, check that out. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.